Hello, welcome back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. Hope you're doing well. Please ignore the noise of the heater in the background. It's just cold in this room and I want to be comfortable, so tune it out if you can. I would say this is a general message, but it is kind of specific. This message is directly related to the last one I just posted about the baby karmic. Okay, this is directed towards the baby karmic. I'll be real up and honest. I didn't want to deliver this message. I didn't want to even dive into this, but Spirit told me to. Spirit says that this needs to be put out there, and I'm doing what I'm told, okay? I'm following the instructions I've been given, and you've been rebelling. So we'll just start from that, okay? You're in the energy of not being strong. You're in the energy of your south node. And your soul is craving to heal these things. Your spirit is screaming for healing, okay? And part of why you've been in this energy is because you've been rebelling against the entire process, the entire journey. You've been rebelling against your lessons. You've just been rebelling against the divine in general, you know, and your soul is longing to break free of those chains that ultimately you have put on yourself, okay? So let's give the message, clinging to the past, all right? You need to let go. You need to let go and start this healing journey. Your soul is craving it. Your soul is craving for you to heal so you can have reason to celebrate. So you can have a light heart. For you to grow. This South Node energy that you're operating in is stifling you in so many different ways. And yes, you are heartbroken. Yes, you are... Things are crumbling, okay? But these things that are crumbling are meant to crumble. There's a lot to be learned from all of this. You know, you have to be able to find the silver lining in the storm, okay? You have to be able to dance in the rain here. All right, and again, you know, I don't care for this energy that you operate in, but I'm being told to do this, okay? So, you know, I understand that you're real reluctant to look in the mirror, right? Sometimes what we see is not what we want to see, you know, but your heart, your soul, your spirit, your everything is wanting to heal. It's wanting to feel whole again. And that wholeness does not come through clinging to the past. That wholeness does not come in the form of another person. It doesn't come in the form of an environment. That wholeness comes within yourself, okay? I'm not going to keep all those, but I will talk about it. You're very stuck in this material world, okay? And that's not where you're going to heal. You're going to heal by connecting with Source, you know, connecting to that higher power, being an active participant in this healing process and in this journey. You know, this isn't something you can pray for and you're just better overnight. You have to actually put in work for this stability. For your own stability, you have to do that. You have to find your own structure and discipline yourself, okay? Discipline your mind. Discipline your actions, your impulsiveness. You have to be willing to go through the changes. And if you're pondering your own existence right now, that's the start. That's the start. Yeah. You got a lot going on in your head. There's a lot of chaos happening. And some of the questions you're asking the divine, some of the answers you're seeking, I'm going to be perfectly honest, you're not going to get the answers. Not through me or anyone else, because what you're inquiring about is it has nothing to do with you. Okay? It's not it's not your journey. It's not your path. Okay? The divine is trying to guide you back to source, to the beginning, to start your healing. And you have to actively participate in that. I'll pull a couple of these, and then I'll start pulling tarot. Your soul is seeking for help here. And whether you follow the guidance that you hear on YouTube or people around you or whatever it may be, the answers are already within you. Deep inside your heart, you already know what needs to happen, okay? And I feel like the reason why they're pushing me to entertain this energy is because you do need help. You really do. And you might need help in a lot of different areas in your life, and that's perfectly okay. Don't nobody have all their shit together. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has problems. Everyone goes through loss and heartache and ups and downs. That's what makes life life. Okay? You're on the lower end of life right now. And it's not to punish you. I need you to understand that. It's not to punish you. It's so that you can heal, and it's so that you can grow, and it's so that you can transform into the person that you're meant to be. This energy that you've been running around in, all it's showing is your weakness. Okay? And deep inside, you have strength. You have the ability, to overcome. But you've been rebelling against the entire process. You've been rebelling against everything. You're refusing to grow. Accepting accountability, learning, changing. These are all the things that you know that you need to do. Okay, let's pull some of these. Letting go of the old you. You are not who you were. Honor your past, but do not cling to it. Okay? Pretty sure I just said all of this. Stop clinging to the past. Stop inquiring about what you need to let go of. Okay? The person that is in your future, your future self, is asking you to participate in this. To stop rebelling, okay? To accept and let go and grow. The Shadow's Gift. Within darkness lies wisdom. The pain you've endured is shaping you into someone stronger. Again, this is not punishment. Okay, what you're going through, it's not punishment. It's forcing you to take accountability. It's forcing you to look at your shadow, to participate, okay? And if you continue to rebel, look, that is your own conscious decision, having known better. And when we know better, we do better. So take that how you will, okay? Unexpressed grief. Suppressed sorrow manifests in unexpected ways. Allow yourself to mourn fully. And again, I know that you're heartbroken. I know that. But do not allow that bitterness that you're feeling to dictate your life, to dictate how you operate in this world. You know, codependency patterns. You have codependency issues right now. And that is why you don't have much power. That is part of why you're in this weak South Node energy. You need to learn who you are. You need to accept who you are and what you've been through and grow from it. Your own actions is what put you in this energy. That's that accountability right there. Your own actions have caused you to feel this loss, this sorrow, this grief. And nobody put you in this position but yourself. And your higher self is asking you to reclaim that power by changing your perspective, by facing your shadows, by letting go of what is destroying you. Physically, mentally, emotionally, like actually acknowledge these things. And don't be bitter about it. Don't be angry about it. You know, it's okay to feel these emotions, but feel them and then let them go. Don't let them consume you, because you've lost already by doing that. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You know, reclaim your independence. You know, with this codependency energy here, you know, I hate to say it, but with this codependency energy, when you are faced with that, okay, if you don't actively do something about it, the divine will step in and strip you of that. They will force you to face your codependency issues alone. Because they are problems, they are issues, they are hindering you, they are stifling your growth. They are keeping you in this low energy here, this toxicity. You need to reclaim your independence. You need to start over in your own life. You need to take a leap of faith. Get back to source, get back to God, get back to the Creator. Whatever it is that you believe in, get back to that higher power in a pure way. Okay? Not in a dark manner where you're wanting revenge and you're wanting, you know, people's downfalls, and that will come back to you. All of that comes back to you, not whoever you're projecting it on. You're being asked to grow and to heal, and I know that you need help with that, but you need to go within yourself, okay? If you need to seek counseling, seek a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you need to go to church or just put yourself in an environment that is more uplifting, that feeds more of the good things within you, okay? Restoring that balance within yourself. You're going to be given opportunities here that will allow you to start this healing process. But you do have to actively participate in this. If you continue to rebel against it, then you're going to remain weak. You're going to remain in South Node energy. You're going to remain fucked up in the head. And that bad wolf that you've been feeding that's full of greed and envy and chaos, that wolf is going to win. It's going to devour what good is inside of you. You know, you're the one that is feeding into that. You're the one that has control over your own life and your own future. Again, okay, there are things that you want answers about, and you're not going to receive those answers. At least not from me, because the divine is very much telling me here that that is not what you need to be focused on. You need to be focused on yourself and letting go. You need to be focused on transforming and healing all of these things that are hurting you. You know, we've all been in situations of heartbreak with people that we really loved. You know, and one day it might all make sense to you. But right now you're being asked to focus on finding that balance within yourself again. You know, pouring love into yourself, not hate. And your cup overfloweth with hate and just spews onto everybody. You know what that does? It makes everybody leave you alone to deal with these codependency issues and the toxicity that you project out to the world through your thoughts, through your actions. You're being asked to connect with spirit, connect with God. You know, if you need to seek help, seek help. You know, and again, you do not need to know the path of somebody else. Okay? And you might hate that. You might hate to hear it. All right? But the point of this is you need to focus on yourself. You need to let go of this past person. You need to heal. You know, if you were trying to manifest somebody to be in grief and to be heartbroken, do not be surprised that you're now the one that's in those shoes, because that was the energy that you put out. So that is what you are receiving, okay? What you put out in the world comes back to you. Good and bad. And for you to have good things come into your life, you need to start putting good things out there. And in order for you to do that, you need to start healing. You need to start working on letting go of all that does not serve you, all that brings you worry, all that brings you stress, all that brings you heartbreak. Those are things that you need to look at and face. And it sucks and it's scary and it's dark and it just does not feel good even in the slightest. But that is how we grow. That is how we transform. You know, I don't know if you think that the healing process is nice and pretty and love and light, but honey, it's fucking not. It is not. It is dark. It is upsetting. It is uncomfortable. There's a reason why people run from this. There's a reason why people are perfectly fine being stuck in their own energy of toxicity. Your heart is screaming for more. You want to be loved. You want to be accepted. You want to be victorious and celebrate and feel happy and wholehearted. And in order for those things to happen, you have to start working on yourself. And if codependency is one of the problems that you're having to confront, you're going to have to be confronting this alone. And I know that sucks. Because, honey, I've fucking been there. I know it sucks. But it's necessary. It's necessary. Inner child. Allow me to give compassion and love to the little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings, okay? Be gentle with yourself and others. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. The energy you put out there is the energy that you're gonna get back. If you're putting out a delusion and deception and envy and chaos, honey, don't be surprised why you end up in that energy, because that's what you're embodying and that's what you're projecting. So that's what you're gonna get back, okay? You're really being asked to sit with yourself here and to forgive yourself. To forgive yourself. You know the wrong that you've done, okay? We all make mistakes. We make mistakes so we can learn from them and not have to go through it again. Allow yourself the grace and the time that is going to be needed for you to go through this process. If you have friends and family members around you that love and support you, rely on those people to continue to love and support you throughout this. And if you don't, because I didn't, if you have no fucking support whatsoever, just know that you can still make it through. You can still turn the South Node energy into North Node energy. You can reclaim your strength back, reclaim that power back. Become healthy again and not toxic. You hold the keys within yourself to do this. You're being asked to go within, connect with source, face all of the darkness. Don't continue to run from it and feed into it. Confront it, with love, with compassion, to grow. You want to grow, you want to heal. Your spirit is desperately wanting you to actively participate in this, because you've been rebelling for so long and it's destroying you. It's only hurting you. It might be hurting others around you as well, but the real hurt is within yourself. All right, last message. Extraordinary. There's wild uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. And just discover your strength again. Regain that strength. Have the courage to follow spirit, to follow the divine. Things might seem pretty dark and gloomy right now, but ultimately you're not alone. You're not really alone. Your higher self is trying to guide you. Your ancestors are there for you. Everybody is wanting you to grow. Wanting you to heal, to become the best version of yourself. You do have a lot to offer this world, but in the energy that you've been in, it's only hindering you. It's only hindering what you could potentially become. There is light within you. Regardless of the darkness that is surrounding you, there is light within you. And all of this is uncomfortable. It is. It's not meant to be comfortable, because if we were comfortable, we'd never change. We'd be perfectly content in the shit that we're in. So spirit is creating tower moments here. Spirit is shaking foundations. because this healing is desperately needed. Again, your heart and your soul, your spirit, they're asking you to take this leap of faith. That you do have the inner strength to do this and overcome all of this. You feel lost, in a sense. Like where to even start. But with this existence card coming out, this is where you start. You start by connecting back with Source and work on letting go of the past, letting go of the version of you that you're embodying now. You know, let it die, let it go. Step into the version of you that is amazing, okay? Let go of the past. Confront your shadows. Confront this darkness. Confront the uncomfortable. And allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to cry and be mad if you will, but don't be destructive. Don't be outwardly destructive. Don't be inwardly destructive. Allow yourself to feel these things, process them, and then again, let them go. You know, this journey is not for the weak. It's not. There is a reason why not everybody wants to heal. There's a reason why everybody's not going down this path. It's not all love and light. It's dark. It's uncomfortable. But it's gonna make you stronger, and you have the strength to do this. You do. You really do. Okay? You're not alone in this. I hope this message helped you. Until next time, bye.